this is really cool because I ran across this little sidebar in a fitness magazine that kind of talks about something that's a great offshoot of already talking about calorie counting. And the title is, How Can I Lose the Last Few Pounds? Darn good question. And I'll just highlight one or two things. And it says the reason is that these pounds have been around for a long time and they really want to be attached to your body. And it will take some heavy convincing to get them to move on. Although I do kind of agree with that, I think there's much more to it than that. And this is what I tell clients all the time. The pounds seem to have a mind of their own and want to stick to your body. There's actually a really good reason for that. And the reason is that your body is set up to survive so that we don't die. Basically, super simplistic, right? Well, the body is seriously complex, beyond what we can even imagine, really. It thinks rather simplistically. And those last, 10, 15 pounds are basically your body's reservoir. When it's set up to survive, its thinking is, well, what if we were to run across a time where we weren't going to have much food, famine type situation. That it needs to have a reservoir to go to of body fat to live off of. So it doesn't want to give those up. You need to set up an environment where your body has no choice but to dip into those reservoirs. In the previous video, I talked about setting up the total calories, doing your macronutrient ratios, and then sticking as closely as you can to those numbers. That is what will push your body into using that last bit of body fat that you want to get rid of, and adjusting as you go. Obviously, if you set those limits and a couple weeks go by and you don't notice any changes, then you need to readjust those limits and possibly adjust your exercise as well. But you will tap into those reservoirs. So your body wants to survive. That's what it does. And it basically takes in all the information and it says, okay, what is the most efficient way I can use what she gives me to get everything else done and still have some left over? That is your body's job. Your body's job is to come up with the most efficient way, the path of least resistance, and to adapt as quickly as possible. This is why you can start a spin class for the first time. Never done that before, always just done regular, easy old cardio, and you just jump into this spin class and you're just huffing and puffing away, you're dripping with sweat going, oh, it's a great workout, and you do that, Monday, Wednesday, Friday when they have the class at the gym, and you look at the scale at the end of the week and by gosh, you're down 2 or 3 pounds. Worked great, right? So you think, oh, I just found the magic key here to my weight loss. And so you do the classes again the next week, but the scale doesn't budge. Well, your body has learned to adapt to that. It says, oh my gosh, if she's going to be asking me to do this much cardio, I better find a way to use what I've got a little bit more efficiently so that we can maintain this and I can still have some left over. Quick adapting means survival. And like I said, that's your body's job. Your body's going to crave a little bit more food to keep that same level of fat storage on your body. And if you don't limit and know what you're taking in, then you'll find yourself increasing your portion sizes a little bit. You end up eating more than you think you are, and so you don't know that what's happening is you're going along like normal, and then you increase your exercise and your body subconsciously says, well, if you want to increase your exercise, then we're going to increase our food a little bit to stay where we're at. And if you don't have a limit set on what that is, and then increase your exercise, see what you get in a couple weeks, then your body's going to just want to stay at the same thing and cause you to eat a little bit more food. And you don't realize it because you're not keeping track. So that was the great question, I thought, and it was just a natural offshoot to the topic on calories.